Hey everybody, welcome back. This is week 1 of February. This is Twitter RT. I'm at Phil Campbell.
I'm at PCM Creative.
And mad props. So this week we are talking about Twitter getting hacked.
Twitter got hacked.
Big deal, really. I mean, you can't expect sites to not get hacked, but 250,000 accounts.
But is that a lot in Twitter terms?
No.
Breach?
Well, I think it's a big breach because it's showing a new direction for me for hackers, and also the audacity and the bravery of the hacking elites.
They had to work quite hard at it, didn't they?
Well, not just working hard. It's the way that they've gone about it. They were very selective about who they were going to attack. You know, they were going to attack a certain group of people who were early adopters. And the reason why they've gone after the early adopters is because the ones who have bigger networks.
So did they target early? I mean, when you say early adopters, was it more?
Well, yeah, I was reading the security report, and basically they were saying along the lines of, you know, if you signed up between 2006 and 2007, you've probably been affected.
Okay.
So they were going after a chunk of the database, which is really quite interesting because, you know, with all the things that are happening with Department of Justice stateside requesting Twitter things, it's quite interesting that the increase of the government's questioning of Twitter to release details and Twitter saying, no, sorry, can't have it. And then all of a sudden, Twitter getting hacked for courtroom. Who's behind it? You know, you've got to have some serious talent, skills, investment, money to go and do what they've done to Twitter. Because Twitter have got pretty hardcore infrastructure.
I think it's that people do get scared. They go, "Oh, if Twitter can get hacked, I could, you know, am I secure?"
Yeah.
But this is a different kind of level, isn't it? These kind of hacks. It's not because Twitter have sat back and let there be a little bit of a security breach.
Listen, if you've got something to hide that you don't want anybody to see, if you stick it on the internet, forget it. You know, like at the end of the day, digital infrastructures, networks will always be compromised. Always.
Was this connected with the Java thing that's been going around? Because I haven't quite understood that.
No, the Java thing was a little bit different in that Java, the environment, there's always been problems with Java and QuickTime, right? If you spoke to any black hat hackers in Vegas, anybody who was 0-day wares, that is somebody who finds a hack vulnerability in a piece of software, QuickTime has been the one that all hackers go after, and also Java environments, because there's a lot I could go into it to do with certificates and certification of saying I am from such and such official source. You're going to see more and more of this, and what's interesting about this is how brazen hackers are becoming. It's almost becoming as second nature as hearing about things happening in the Middle East, and we've almost normalised hacking. We've almost normalised, well, it's happened, you know, but you know, we don't see the story of the knock-on effect. I remember the last time that a guy got hacked, his Apple account got hacked, and you know, all the things that were linked to his Apple account, got his iPhone, his iPad, his laptop, like all the stuff deleted. I think one thing that you need to think about with these things is security in terms of getting into a regular cycle of security, and the camera's just fallen down.
It sneaks down the back of the camera.
It's like somebody's sort of watching from afar and managed to make it jump. I think security needs to be on your list somewhere in top 10 things of small business. Yes, things are going to get hacked, but you need to set priority emails to pop up and get those kind of notifications.
I think one thing that you put me onto quite a while ago was the howsecureismypassword.net.
Yeah.
So you just put in your current password. You don't put any of the details in, so they don't know your email address or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then it tells you how long it takes to be hacked, doesn't it?
The only thing is, I mean, that's a great thing in terms of, you know, somebody reverse engineering your password. But this hack was extreme in that they nicked tokens as well, so session IDs, which are really hardcore to be able to sort of use those to get into your, almost like having a cookie off your computer on their computer. So luckily Twitter reacted to it and just, you know, killed all those cookie sessions. But you know, this is now it's happened, it will happen again. I think we're starting to see the real beginnings of proper online cyber warfare.
I think the key thing that cyber warfare. I think the key thing, if you get any messages that say you've been compromised, which I always think, you know, your bank will never send you a message, and when Twitter sends you a message saying you've been compromised, you think, is this real? How do I know that this is real? And you can look for hacks. But if you go into your own account and change your password as soon as you possibly can, that's the safest way to do it, isn't it? To actually log in, or is it?
Well, it depends. Don't log in. Yeah, log in from a site, but log in securely from somewhere that you trust, and make sure. And to be honest, the biggest advice I can give to most people in terms of passwords, logging in, and everything is get yourself a VPN. Get yourself a virtual private network. It's probably about 50 quid a year, but I use them in everywhere I go. Cyber cafes, here, everywhere. I log into my virtual private network, which encrypts everything that you're doing between website and you. More people should use
We might
them.
have to look into that for a bit of a...
That's it for this week. We're coming up to that 5.5 minutes. We'll catch up with you next week. Do check out all the other shows. Also check out seller54.tv. New website is launched. We'll catch up with you next week.